Hello and welcome to I Am Young Britannia, the live blog run by Young Britannia where we'll be interviewing up-and-coming and established young Britons to find out what makes them tick. And in today's episode, I will be interviewing Warda Semper about her new blog, Bitchy Online UK, and how young women are perceived in the entertainment industry. And we're here today with Warda Semper, the fashion editor of More magazine and the founder of Bitchy Online UK. She's a busy girl. So nice to see you today.
Hi. Thanks for the invite.
That's fine. It's lovely to have you here. So tell us a bit more about Bitchy Online, because I know that's a new thing that you're doing. What was your motivation for that?
Bitchy Online's been going on for about 2 weeks now. It's been on air for 2 weeks. We've recently actually interviewed Lauren Pope. So it's literally buzzing right now. The blog is basically a female blog. Literally, I wanted to kind of do a blog where opinionated writers could write about anything to do with females. Part of my blog was my influence because it's such a great blog. I rate Rahid so much. He's great. He's the founder of part of my blog. Like, he's great, but I feel like it's aimed for males, and I wanted something to be aimed for females. So yeah, that was pretty much.
Great. No, I do feel like it's kind of lacking a bit just in general. So how have you found it kind of coming into the world of being an entrepreneur, as it were, and kind of going off being an editor to doing your own thing? How are you finding that?
Do you know what, yeah? I always feel like if you have a passion for something, you can always make time to do everything, because a lot of people say to me, how do you have time to go to uni? How do you have time to do Bitchy? How do you have time to do Amor? And I also still have time to see my friends, so it's like I feel like if you make the time, it will happen, kind of thing. There's no non-possibilities, if that makes sense.
No.
Like, I believe that if you want something, it will happen. If you want to see someone, it will happen. If you want to make something happen, it will happen. So, yeah.
You just answered my second question there, because she's actually in university, fashion editor of More magazine, and actually has her own blog. So busy girl, and has time to go out and have a drink or two. Yes.
I'm not gonna hide.
No, it's fine. It's good. So, coming into kind of More magazine and starting your own blog, what was your kind of main influence doing that and inspiration?
My main influence was, I think, Ruby May Moore, the founder of More magazine. She was a big influence because she's doing a whole publication by herself, like 80, 90 pages, and that's really hard. And not a lot of people know kind of like the behind the scenes of a magazine, do you know what I mean? They only literally just see what they see on a printed magazine, and she does so much, and being around her and seeing what she does just inspires me. And she's 23 years old, so she's really young, and Amor's literally getting like over 1 million views literally online. So I feel like she's a great inspiration. Also Nicole Bitchy is one of my biggest inspiration as well, because she literally started, she was really broke, and she was literally living in people's like sofas and stuff just to put money into making her blog, and now it's literally huge. It's like really big, and she's another great influence as well.
It's just, I think it's prioritizing it, isn't it, in your life, and like having that drive. And Ruby, like, hats off to her. She's done so much.
Love you, Ruby.
Amazing. So for kind of inspiring bloggers or people who want to get into kind of being an entrepreneur and starting their own business, as it were, what kind of advice would you be giving them?
My advice is, don't just do it for the sake of doing it. If you love doing it, then keep trying. Write every single day. Make sure you have your own blog, you know. It's always good to research. It's always good to read. Literally, I think if you're a writer, you should be reading anyways. And what people don't know about me is that I'm dyslexic. So the fact that I know I'm dyslexic, but I still manage to get like a sub-editor to kind of read all my stuff. But just kind of, if you want something, make sure it happens. Like, nothing's easy again, so just the hard work.
It's just prioritising it, isn't it? Obviously, in the young Britain that we live in today, what do you think are the main kind of challenges that young Britons are facing today?
My main one would be, I feel like females depend on men so much, and I'm not literally anti-men, like I'm pro-females, but I feel like a lot of females don't have the confidence enough to do what they want to do, because they feel like, okay, I've got my man, he's got money, like, let me just depend on him. Or a lot of females feel like it's looks that can get them far, when really I respect females who are really intelligent and hardworking, and yes, it's not easy, but they're hardworking and they keep going for it. So I feel like a lot of females are a little bit lazy and not confident, but
she's just been real. Bitchy Online, keeping it real. So we're going to round it up a bit now. For people who want to get in touch, who want to get involved, who are obviously watching this now and want to kind of get involved in what you're doing, and especially with your blog, because that seems like it's really going to hit off, how can they get in touch with you?
With Amor Magazine, if you want to write for fashion, just email me, warder@amormagazine.co.uk. So if you want to write for fashion, you love fashion, you want to go to events, interview people, just email me through that. And with Bitchy Online, if you're really opinionated and you've got a lot to say, just literally go on our site on the contact section and it will have all the information there.
Brilliant, that's great. And how can people get in contact with you, as in follow you, follow your fashion side of things?
Just tweet me on Wardah Sempa, WARDAH SEMPA, and I'll get back to you. I'm friendly, so I'll just...
Yeah, she's nice. Opinionated, but cool and real. Okay, last question. If you were stranded on a desert island, what 3 items would you bring with you and why?
A Mac, because that's my baby. My phone, because that's my second baby. And alcohol to spice things up a little.
Oh, I like it. Cocktail?
A little bit of cocktail.
Love that. Well, thank you so much for coming down. She's actually wearing a bit of Young Britannia there from our new collection, which looks great on you. And it was lovely having you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.